You've felt it before. The moment you step onto a casino floor and the atmosphere shifts. It's a sensory overload. The rhythmic, hypnotic chime of 100 different slot machines, the blinding flash of neon rainbows, and that unmistakable scent of expensive air freshener masking the tension of the room. You're walking the aisles, scanning the glass, searching for that one machine that feels warm. You're looking for a sign, a gut feeling that the next pull is the one that changes everything. But while you're looking for a jackpot, the house is looking at you. Statistics show that nearly 99% of players leave the floor with less than they started with. It isn't just bad luck, it's by design. I've spent years deep in the world of gaming, talking to the people who actually run the show, the slot technicians, the floor managers, and the hosts who see exactly where the money goes. They know which machines are the vultures, designed to bleed a bankroll dry, and which ones are programmed to tease you with near misses just to keep your pulse racing. Today, we're pulling back the curtain. I am going to reveal the specific machines ex-casino workers say you should never touch if you actually want a fighting chance. Understanding these secrets is the difference between being a victim of the math and being a player who knows how to walk away. But before we get to the machines that never pay, we have to look at the first trap most players fall into, the big win illusion. 2. The myth of the hot machine. We've all seen that one player who hovers behind a machine, watching someone else lose for an hour, waiting for them to finally give up so they can swoop in. There's this deep-seated belief that a machine is due for a payout, that after a long dry spell, the internal gears are practically bursting to release a jackpot. I've spoken to dozens of slot technicians, and they all say the same thing. The machine doesn't have a memory. Inside every modern slot is a piece of software called the random number generator, or RNG. It's cycling through millions of number combinations every single second, even when nobody is playing. When you pull that lever or hit the button, you aren't continuing a sequence. You are catching a fleeting snapshot of a mathematical storm. The machine doesn't care if it just paid out $1,000 or if it hasn't paid a cent in 3 days. Each spin is a completely independent event. Thinking a machine is hot or cold is a psychological trap that keeps you glued to a seat far longer than you intended. It's a trick our brains play on us to find patterns where none exist. Never choose a machine based on how long it's been since the last one. Instead, look for the return to player (RTP) percentage, which is often found in the help or info menu on the screen. 3. Progressive jackpots, the lifeblood of the house. There is nothing quite as intoxicating as the sight of a 7-figure jackpot ticking upward on a giant LED screen. Progressive machines, like Megabucks or Wheel of Fortune, are the sirens of the casino floor. They promise life-changing wealth for a single $3 bet. But here is the secret ex-employees want you to know. Those massive jackpots are funded by siphoning a percentage away from every single normal win. Because the potential payout is so high, the base game of a progressive slot is often incredibly tight. You'll find yourself hitting far fewer small wins to keep your bankroll alive. These machines are designed for high volatility, meaning they are built to bleed you dry quickly while you chase a miracle. In the industry, we call these bankroll killers. If you aren't playing the max bet, you often aren't even eligible for the jackpot anyway, meaning you're playing a high-cost game with no chance at the top prize. Have you ever noticed how the most flashy, loudest machines usually have the biggest jackpots? That's not a coincidence. It's a lure. If you want your money to last, avoid the massive progressives. Stick to fixed jackpot, machines where the top prize is smaller but the hit frequency for mid-tier wins is much higher. 4. The aisle trap. Location is everything. In the world of casino design, there are no accidents. Every carpet pattern, every light fixture, and especially every machine placement is calculated. You might think the best machines are placed in high-traffic areas like the ends of aisles or right near the entrance to catch people's eyes. While this was true in the 80s, modern casino floor managers have flipped the script. Today, ex-workers reveal that the tightest machines, those with the lowest RTP, are often placed in the most convenient spots. Why? Because the casino knows that walk-in players or tourists just looking for a quick thrill will sit at the first machine they see. These are the machines in the walkways where people are moving toward the buffet or the theater. The looser machines, the ones that actually pay out a bit more consistently to keep players engaged, are usually tucked away in the nooks, the quiet corners, or the middle of long rows. The house wants the casual spender to lose fast and the serious gambler to feel like they've found a hidden gem, so they stay for hours. Avoid the convenience machines near the elevators or the buffet line. Take a walk into the depths of the floor and look for machines that seem a bit more tucked away. 5. Brand name slots. The licensing tax. It's hard to resist a slot machine themed after your favorite movie, TV show, or rock band. Whether it's The Avengers, The Wizard of Oz, or Britney Spears, these machines are visual masterpieces with cinematic clips and surround sound chairs. But there's a hidden cost to all that entertainment. Ex-casino workers explain that these machines are incredibly expensive for the casino to lease. Not only did the manufacturer spend millions on the rights to use the movie footage, but the casino often has to pay a participation fee or a percentage of the machine's earnings back to the studio. To make up for these massive overhead costs, the hold on these machines is significantly higher. In simpler terms, the machine has to take more of your money to pay for the license. You are essentially paying a fan tax just to see a clip from a movie you've already watched. You might be having fun, but your bankroll is paying the price for those fancy graphics. If you want to play for the math and not the movies, stick to the generic themed slots. The old school, fruit or jewel themed games often have better payout structures because they don't carry heavy licensing fees. 6. Penny slots. The smallest bet, the biggest loss. The name penny slot is one of the greatest marketing lies in history. Most people walk up to these machines thinking they can play for hours on a $20 bill. But if you look closely at the lines and credits, you'll realize that to have any real chance of winning, you have to bet 100, 200, or even 500 pennies per spin. Suddenly, you read betting $5 a pull on a machine that has the worst odds in the building. In almost every jurisdiction, the lower the denomination of the machine, the lower the payout percentage. A $5 slot machine might have an RTP of 95%, while the penny machines in the same building might be as low as 86% or 88%. The casino knows that players on penny machines are there for the experience and are less likely to notice the slow bleed of their money. It's the death by a thousand cuts strategy. You think you're playing cheap, but you're actually paying a premium for the lowest odds on the floor. If you're already betting $2 or $3 a spin on a penny machine, move to a dollar machine and bet a single credit. The higher denomination usually guarantees a better return percentage. 7. The psychology of the near miss. Have you ever had a spin where the first two jackpot symbols land perfectly and the third one stops just a hair's breadth away? Your heart races, your adrenaline spikes, and you think, I was so close. That feeling isn't an accident. It's a programmed psychological hook known as the near Mississippi. Ex-developers of slot software have revealed that while the result of the spin is determined the instant you hit the button, the visual representation is designed to make you feel like you almost won. Research shows that a near miss triggers the same dopamine response in the brain as an actual win. It tricks your brain into thinking that you are learning the machine or that a win is imminent. In reality, you were no closer to winning than if the symbols had been miles apart. The machine is designed to keep you in a state of almost, because almost is what keeps people feeding the bill validator for another hour. Recognize the near miss for what it is, a visual illusion. If you find yourself getting emotional or excited about almost winning, it's time to stand up and take a 5-minute walk. 8. Sound and vision. The sensory loop casinos are designed to be timeless zones. No clocks, no windows, and a constant loop of carefully curated sound. Notice how slot machines always play upbeat, celebratory music in the key of C major? That's because it's a tone that suggests success and safety. Even when you win 40 cents on a dollar bet, which is actually a 60-cent loss, the machine lights up and plays a victory song. This is called losses disguised as wins. Ex-floor workers observe that players often enter a trance state where the outside world disappears. The repetitive sounds and rhythmic lights are meant to lower your inhibitions and keep you in the seat. The faster the music, the faster you tend to press the button. The house wants you to play as many hands per hour as possible because the more spins you complete, the more the house edge takes effect. Have you ever felt like you woke up from a slot session and realized 2 hours had passed? That's the sensory loop at work. Wear a watch and set an alarm on your phone for every 30 minutes. It breaks the slot trance and forces you to check your bankroll and your reality. 10. High-limit rooms, ghost towns, or gold mines. Walking into the high-limit room can be intimidating. The chairs are plush, the drinks are top shelf, and the minimum bets start at $25 or $100. Most casual players avoid these areas like the plague, thinking they'll lose everything in seconds. But here is the insider truth. The machines in the high-limit room almost always have the highest payout percentages in the casino. While a penny slot might return 88%, a $100 machine might return 97% or 98%. The casino is willing to take a smaller slice of the pie because the pie itself is so much bigger. However, there's a catch. These machines are also incredibly volatile. You might go 10 spins, $1,000, without a single hit. But when they do hit, they hit big. High-limit rooms aren't for everyone. But if you have the bankroll, you're getting the best math the building offers. Just remember, a higher percentage of a loss is still a loss if you don't have the stomach for the swings. If you're planning on gambling $500 today, don't spend 5 hours on a penny machine. Consider taking 5 $100 spins in the high-limit room. You have a better mathematical chance of walking away a winner, though the fun will be over much faster. 11. The Technician's Secret, RNG Realities. I once sat down with a veteran slot technician who had worked in Vegas for 30 years. He told me the one thing he wished every player understood. The machine is never due, and it is never cold. The random number generator, RNG, is the absolute heart of the machine. It doesn't know who you are, it doesn't know how much you've lost, and it doesn't care if you're using a player's card or not. There are myths that using a player's card makes the machine tighten up, so the casino doesn't have to pay you. That's a total fabrication. The RNG is a standalone system that is strictly regulated by gaming commissions. If a casino were caught toggling the odds on a machine in real time, they would lose their multi-million-dollar license instantly. The odds are set when the machine is programmed and can only be changed by physically swapping out a chip, a process that requires legal paperwork. The secret isn't that the machines are rigged. It is that the math is so naturally in the house's favor that they don't need to rig them. Use your player's card. Since it doesn't affect the odds of the machine, you might as well get the free meals, hotel rooms, and points the casino is offering to track your play. 12. Player loyalty cards, tracking the pain point. While the player's card doesn't change the odds of the machine, it does help the casino understand your pain point. Ex-casino hosts have shared that the software used to track your play is incredibly sophisticated. It knows exactly how much you lose on average before you decide to quit and go home. If the system sees that you are losing faster than usual and are about to reach your quit point, it might trigger a notification to a host. Suddenly, a friendly person in a suit appears with a random, free buffet pass or a ticket to a show. They aren't being nice. They are breaking your losing streak with a comp to keep you in the building. Their goal is to prevent you from leaving the property with a bad taste in your mouth, ensuring you stay long enough to potentially dip into your emergency cash or return tomorrow. They want you to feel like a VIP right as you're feeling like a loser. Take the comps, but don't let them change your plan. If you hit your loss limit, take the free dinner and actually go home. Don't feel obligated to pay back the gift by gambling more. 13. Recognizing the vulture machine. If you want to know which machines to avoid, look for the vulture machines. These are games that have collection mechanics, like a pot of gold that gets bigger, a pig that gets fatter, or a meter that fills up. These are designed to create a sense of sunk cost in the player. You see the pot of gold shaking and think, it's about to pop. I can't leave now. Ex-workers call these vultures because professional slot hustlers will often hover around them, waiting for a casual player to fill the meter and then quit. But here's the truth. Those visual meters are often just for show. The fat pig doesn't actually have a bursting point. It's just a visual representation of the RNG. You could spend $300 filling that meter only for it to pop and pay out $20. These machines are designed to make you feel like you've invested too much to walk away, which is the most dangerous mindset you can have in a casino. Treat every spin as if it were your first. If the only reason you're still playing is because a pot of gold looks full, you've already lost the mental game. Walk away. At the end of the day, the casino is a business, and the slot floor is their most profitable department. They aren't in the business of giving money away. They are in the business of selling entertainment. The secrets we've discussed today aren't meant to stop you from playing, but to help you play with your eyes wide open. A pro player doesn't go to the casino expecting to win. They go with a set amount of money they are willing to pay for the show. They avoid the license traps. They don't fall for the near-miss illusions, and they know that a penny slot is often more expensive than a dollar machine. They understand that the house always wins in the long run, so they focus on the short-term fun and the discipline to walk away when the limit is reached. The most powerful tool you have in a casino isn't a system or a lucky charm. It has the ability to stand up and walk through those exit doors. Use these insights to navigate the floor smarter, keep your bankroll longer, and remember that the only way to truly beat the house is to leave while still having fun. Have you ever had a gut feeling about a machine that turned out to be totally wrong? Let me know in the comments. And as always, play smart and play responsibly.